everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. In case you're new, my name is Lizzy. If you're an OG, you're welcome as well. So guys, a news came on Friday concerning the passing on of the Alaafin of Oyo, Obalamidi Adeyemi III, who passed on in the late hours of Friday, the 22nd of April 2022. And later on the following day, which on Saturday, he was buried according to Islamic rites. And people were wondering what will now happen to the wives, what's their fate, what are they going to do. And now the chief of Oyo made it known that all the wives, I was thinking the wives were 13, but they say they are more than 13. There are other ones which we don't know about, okay, that they are more than 18 or something like that. So now they said that the wives are free to, get married to other persons because the Alaafin, that's their husband, is no longer alive, okay? So prior to this time, there is one tradition that they used to do. They call it cleansing. So they have to cleanse the wives of the Oba. Oba is the monarch before they can get married to someone else. If not, anybody that lays with them will face the consequences of losing his life. The chief of Oyo made it known now that the wives are free to get married to whoever person that they choose to get married to, so long as they are not an Oyo indigene. Okay, so there is nothing like cleansing or whatever thing again right now, that all the wives are free, that they can now take their belongings from the palace and move out from the palace and get married to, in fact, do whatever they want to do with their lives. I'm now wondering, what's the meaning of this? Like, how? I don't know. Is it only in Oyo that this kind of thing happens? Is it only among the monarch's wife that this kind of thing happens? Because normally, if a husband of a woman passes, the wife will still remain in the husband's house, okay? But if she chooses to get married, that one is her own decision. She can choose to marry, she can choose not to marry, but in most cases, the woman stays in her late husband's house. But in this scenario now, the wives of the Alaafin will vacate the palace with their belongings. Like, was it that the king didn't marry them or what? Because there was this interview that the Alaafin had that he mentioned he didn't propose to any of his wives. Why they were staying with him as his wife was because he trained them in the university, in school. He was the one that trained them in school, and after training them in school, they now decided to cling to him and become his wife, that he never proposed to any of them. But I'm still in doubt of it. That's that statement doesn't really make any sense to me, because how can somebody just decides to stay with you without even paying a bride price? Like, or maybe that's how the Alaafin's marry their wives. They don't get to pay anything. Please share your thoughts in the comment section down below, and if you're Yoruba listening to me, you can enlighten us more on the culture and tradition concerning this issue. Most of the wives are still in their 20s. I think in 2020, three of his wives or two of his wives left the palace because they said, one of them said, okay, that she felt that she's living under bondage and all that. She's free, still in her 20s, that she wants to go and experience freedom, live her life, enjoy her youthful age, and taking all life has to offer her. So after making that announcement that the late Alaafin's wives are free to go get suitors for themselves and get married and be happy, or do whatever thing they want to do with their lives, I know a lot of men will be interested in having some of their women as taking them as wives. But there was a traditionalist that came up and said that the men should be patient because the wives, that the Alaafin'S, the late Alaafin'S wives, are still in mourning, that they should exercise a little bit of patience until the necessary rites are performed on them to remove the prestige of the king. That's that thing that made them the Alaafin'S wife. They will cleanse it. That's the cleansing they are talking about, right? So that is what this traditionalist is saying, that they cannot be made available to this is a kind of contradictory, right? The chief of Oyo said no cleansing, and this traditionalist is saying there is a cleansing. I don't know which one to believe again, but the traditionalists mentioned that they won't be given out to anybody until they are until the necessary rites and they come out from mourning, mourning the late Alaafin. He also added that the wives of the late Alaafin should remain in the palace because they are going to coronate a new Alaafin. So if the new Alaafin comes, he might decide to continue as their husband if so desires. My question: what if the new Alaafin is married with his own wife or wives? How are they going to rate the queens? Will his wives be the first wives and then the late Alaafin's wives the junior wives, or vice versa? How is this thing going to play out? But we don't know yet. Maybe the new Alaafin might not desire to be their husband, who knows, or he might still want to continue where the late Alaafin stopped. But let's see how the whole thing plays out. A lot of things happening there, and I'm also thinking of, assuming most of them want to leave, how are they going to disperse the property amongst the wives and the children and the grandchildren and everything, unless there is a laid down rule on how to share the belongings and the property amongst the wife and the kids. Or maybe the late Alaafin already has a will, how to go about it once he's no longer there. But I don't know how they are going to do it, but let's look out for how things will play out. And I'll also update you guys on what's happening next. Okay, so thank you guys for watching, and please don't forget to share your thoughts. If you're Yoruba, like I said, share your thoughts concerning the culture and the tradition of things surrounding this particular Alaafin's case, because I'm not a Yoruba and I don't really know much about the Yoruba culture like in depth like that. Okay, so don't forget to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of my uploads. And I will see you in my next one. Until then, keep staying safe. All right, bye bye.